Yoann Richomme reflects on his first Vondee Globe. "It was fantastic," he said, "it was wonderful. This is a great moment and I was happy to have waited a little bit before the finish, so that yesterday was Charlie's day and today is mine. I am not interested in collecting trophies, they always end up on a dusty shelf or in a container, so that's not what motivates me. I'm still asking myself what does motivate and I haven't identified it."
5h30, on prend le chenal des Sables d'Olonne et on va à la rencontre de Yoann.
Hop, arrivée de Patrick Arkea, Yoann Richomme, deuxième du Vendée Globe 2024-2025. Bravo.
C'est un peu nul quand même. Ouais, bah non, trop génial, putain. Tour du monde quoi. On a réussi notre projet quoi. Ouais.
This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, January 17, 2025. The 11th edition of the Royal Ocean Racing Club's Transatlantic race, launched in spectacular style, with perfect sailing conditions just outside Marina Lanzarote. The stunning backdrop of Arrecife, and the excitement in the air, set the stage for an unforgettable start to this iconic ocean adventure.
Today we are part of the 11th edition of the RORC Transatlantic race. The wind forecast looks amazing. We will have 16 knots in the start line.
Very excited. This is my first transatlantic race, so I'm fulfilling a little bit of a lifelong dream as an F-18 sailor for most of my life. This is the thing to do.
I've been here quite a lot. I love the place. I can't get enough of it. Great spot to sail from.
The island has got an energy that you bring along in the crossing. Hopefully it will work.
The routing looks like all downwind and no one's going to argue with that. We know the boat. We got a group that's sailed together a lot in the past, so we feel like we can push the boat at a high level. Safety is probably the most important thing, especially on a race like this. It's such a great distance, but as they say, to finish first, you must first finish. So it's always on the top of our mind.
A few days before the start, we amended the course. We looked at it like an inshore race. We wanted to make the race as tactically challenging and interesting as possible, and by removing the Canary Islands, it gives the boats all of their options as soon as they go around the mark at Porto Calero.
It looks like the African coast is a little bit high risk compared to the other way, but we won't know until we know exactly what the latest routing is.
I am looking forward to basically the freedom you get when sailing, and that's just a feeling I don't think you can get anywhere else except for offshore sailing and learning things you can't learn anywhere else.
So normally at home I'm sailing on Majors 24 or on F-18. As a navigator on Haspa Hamburg, we have to do a lot more navigation here on the tactics. It's not so much about it as a strategy, a whole new experience. Because there's a north route, there's a southern route, and I've done a lot of preparation at home. I've looked at different routes, different years, but now I've been speaking with a lot of the pros on Tequila, on Nora, and they're all saying 24 hours at least difference, and the South will still be faster. So everybody has been really nice, have giving us help, giving us some tips, some advice, and I've learned a lot, and I will learn a lot more in the coming days, and it's a great experience to have to be able to do that.
You should be doing this because there's nothing more fun than a day in, day out, constant conditions, predictable swell, and just ripping down the waves and just flying this thing to 20 plus knots and you know, always looking to hit that 30 knot mark on the GPS speed. That is the goal of every hour, every day for 10 days. That is absolutely awesome.
The Globe 580 Transat saw 12 entrants racing from Lanzarote to Antigua across the Atlantic. Many who compete in the Transat aim to continue their journey by entering the Mini Globe race, building on their Atlantic crossing experience. 15 entrants will take part in this ambitious circumnavigation event, requiring participants to sail around the world in their class Globe 5.80 yachts. This is the latest video from Charlie Dalin's sponsor Arrecife. What a great race, how good was his boat and his planning. It's a requisite to have a strong team behind the entrant. Francois Gabart, a previous winner, built a strong team around Charlie. It paid off, big time.
Si proche, si loin cette ligne d'arrivée. Je suis au sud, ça sent la maison. Allez, à plus.
On estime entre 5h30 et 9h30 d'un matin.
Avec des petites variations de vent, il peut y avoir des gros écarts de vitesse. Donc c'est pour ça qu'on n'a pas de data très précise encore à vous donner.
Si proche, si loin cette ligne d'arrivée. Je suis au sud là. Ça avance, mais bon, pas à la vitesse auquel je suis habitué avec ce beau bateau. Donc ouais, je vais tirer les bords, je pense, toute la nuit et j'arriverai petit matin au Sable d'Olonne.
Il l'a fait, tu te rends compte? Trop cool.
Le plan, c'est on attend d'avoir un visuel, au moins voir la tête de mât, et puis on va se rapprocher du bateau pour l'accompagner jusqu'à la ligne d'arrivée. Ouais, là c'est incroyable, là. On est trop content. C'est 2 ans de boulot qui payent un peu, quoi.
Ah, trop heureux, trop content. C'est un passage de ligne incroyable avec la lumière du lever du jour là, c'était fou. Ma plus belle ligne d'arrivée de toute ma carrière, des années-lumière de toutes les autres. C'était fabuleux, c'est une course incroyable, j'ai l'impression d'être parti il y a 2 jours. Ouais, vraiment heureux, comme en tant que navigateur, de remporter ce monument de la course au large et je suis super heureux qu'avec l'équipe on soit collectivement allé chercher cette victoire. Voilà, ils sont donnés aussi, ils ont été très minutieux dans la préparation et vraiment c'est les meilleurs du monde. C'est la meilleure équipe du monde et voilà, c'est grâce à eux si on gagne aujourd'hui.
L'équipe de Massif Santé Prévoyant, c'est la meilleure équipe du monde. Voilà, et puis merci, un énorme merci à la Massif.
Great Britain's Ian Williams and his Pinder, by Manaport Logistics team, of Richard Sydenham, John Gunderson, and Jerry Mitchell, have been crowned champions of the inaugural Macau Match Cup, the opening event of the 2025 World Match Racing Tour. Williams defeated New Zealand's Nick Egnett-Johnson and his Knots Racing crew 3-1 in a tense final.
It is the quarterfinal day at the Macau Match Cup, the opening event of the 2025 World Match Racing Tour. 8 teams made it to the contest after round-robin series, and the conditions are brilliant for top-class competition.
Top place Ian Williams from the UK chose the 8th place finisher Max Pole. Gavin Brady opted for Maxime Manuel from France, and Nick Agnoc-Johnson selected Italy's Rocco Attili, leaving Pauline Courtois against Chris Paul. With a good breeze around 10 to 15 knots, boat handling is testing in these 528s. And in the first match, the Kiwi team of Nick Agnoc-Johnson looks to be in control against the second seed, Italy's Rocco Attili. But in match 2, there's a huge collision between them. So now it's 2-0 to the Kiwis.
Nick left a little present on our boat, and there was a big collision. We got a double for that, and the match basically was over.
And they quickly wrap up the third match with more penalties on the Italians and crossed to win the match, securing their place in the semi-final. Pairing 2 sees the two match racing world number 1 ranked sailors head-to-head again, and the first win goes to Pauline Courtois from France. Chris recovers to win match 2, and their third match sees Pro take the lead to go 2-1 up, leaving Pauline with the must-win fourth match. It's not to be, as Pro takes control in match 4, forcing the French team wide of the final windward mark and leads home from there to clinch a 3-1 victory.
Just trying to improve a little things. Our starts were really good, and the comms were just getting better and better each race, and just trying to figure out this course. It's a little more northerly than it has been the last few days, so we're getting some interesting shifts and puffs and lulls coming through the MGM Grand and all the other hotels.
The match 4 pairing has Ian Williams of the UK, the 8 times World Match Racing Tour champion, against 23-year-old Max Pro from Australia. And it is simply a masterclass from the experienced British team who complete a 3-0 win with comparative ease. Match 3 is Gavin Brady of the USA against French Maxime Manuel, who has sailed very well in the event so far, and he continues, scoring the first point over Brady. Through a long contest, which includes bold breakdowns, they are tied on 2 wins each and head into the 5th and deciding match. In the pre-start, Brady fails to keep clear and is penalized, handling an edge to the French team, and is now on the back foot. Can the French hold on to defeat this former America's Cup skipper? But as the race progresses, Brady draws on all of his experience to create a slim lead, and by the second windward mark, feels he is clear enough, and after rounding completes his penalty turn with room to spare, cruising home to win this tense match 3 too.
It was great to come back and win the quarterfinals, and the way we did with a penalty in behind. But it was just a strange one. It was really aggressive, it was shifty, and I just couldn't find a rhythm.
It's more experienced team who have survived, though Gavin Brady was taken all the way, and it was a tough battle for Chris Paul against the French team too. With the wind staying around 10 to 12 knots, the race committee pushes straight into the semi-final matches, and now it's Williams against Paul and Brady versus Agnoc-Johnson. What a lineup! In the first semi-final between Williams and Paul, Ian sails away, leaving the American team behind to take the first point in their match. And then repeats this in match 2, crossing the line in the fading sunlight to take a 2-0 win, and remaining unbeaten in the event so far. In the semi-final, former World Match Racing Tour champion Nick Agnoc-Johnson from New Zealand also scores the first 2 wins over Gavin Brady, leaving both contests poised at match point in this first to 3-win series. So, the big question is whether Brady and Pro can mount a recovery tomorrow and make it to the final of the 2025 Macau Match Cup. Or is it yet another battle between Williams and Agnoc-Johnson?
By popular demand, the 2025 52 Super Series returns to 2 venues, which were new to the circuit in 2022 and 2023. They are followed by an overdue visit to Cascais, Portugal, for the third event, the Rolex TP52 World Championship. The fourth is hosted by the ever-popular Puerto Portals, in late August, before a long-anticipated return to the yacht club Costa Smeralda, in Porto Cervo, for the season's finale in September.
The 5-event 2025 52 Super Series season opens in chic Saint-Tropez in the south of France. The circuit returns there after a successful first visit in 2023, and at stake is the Royal Cup. And then to beautiful rugged Bayona in northwest Spain, again returning for the second time. The circuit stays in the Atlantic for super popular Cascais in Portugal for the Rolex TP52 World Championship 2025, and usually we enjoy big wins and waves in Cascais. And then it's to Puerto Portals in Mallorca, a real home from home for the 52 Super Series, reliable sea breezes on the Bay of Palma, and great fun ashore. The big finale for the season will be in Puerto Cervo, Sardinia, where the Costa Smeralda backdrop is truly stunning and the 2025 title will be decided.
In the Royal Ocean Racing Club's Transatlantic Race, IRC2, Andrew and Sam Hall's Lombard 46, Parta Negra, from Great Britain, has made a great start to the transatlantic race to lead the class on the water, and after IRC time correction. Parta Negra is also estimated to be second overall for the race.
Morning from Tequila. David enjoying his morning helming. We got 23 knots on the top end of our A2 here, 24 knots there. James is just getting some fish food in here. His sardines and tuna. He's lost his spoon already, so that's him scuppered for the rest of the race. He's going to be eating with his fingers. And here we are flying along on the lovely first day, or second day. Enjoyed it.